standard and hypocritical. You remember when the UDP issued a statement, they said the president made those Mandinka Muslim Elders Society. It was the same week, in fact, it was 5 days after the United Democratic Party received what they call Fuller Society recognizing their mayor, the highest double standard. But government will never listen to them. They just celebrated, they said the Fullers recognized their mayor. And they also celebrated, they said the Fullers adopted the UDP of honorary father or what. Then the following week they issued that statement. It was joke, it was laughable. In the Gambia, your finger deka fila deka nye fila deka. We know which party is founded on basis of tribalism, and which party is advancing and advocating for tribalism, and which party have gone to villages and towns in the Gambia claiming people came from Guinea-Bissau, came from Senegal, came from Casamas. They should not be accurate voters card. That's the United Democratic Party. They can be best described as a tribalist cult. They cannot do that. We can't say that. Feel like Decker. Yeah, but at the same time, now the president, when you look at President Barrow, his government, his political party, national executive, and cabinet is an all-inclusive cabinet.
Yeah, old habits
all
die
the
hard.
Tribes.
If Barrow learned his politics in this UDP that you say is tribalist, tendencies are he will, go to any new party with these tendencies.
Of that irresponsible accusation and allegation that Seedy Njie directed against the UDP, which is clear, yet another clear indication of the continued hate and disregard for best practice and the rule of law in this country, because you are talking about the number 4th personality, apart from the president, the vice president, and the speaker, hierarchy-wise, who is making an unfounded allegation against the largest political party that is headed by a constitutional lawyer, a party that is known for its respect for human rights and the rule of law. How can the United Democratic Party send armed men to go and threaten warlocks and foolers not to obtain voters cards? Are we in a period of voter issuance? Is any such exercise carried out in the country as we speak? If it is in the past, if he is talking about the past, it is responsible. I am telling you that it is unfounded. It is totally unfounded and unacceptable. This is the height of misinformation, disinformation, and bigotry. The United Democratic Party condemns it in totality. I am not the spokesman of the United Democratic Party. I am neither the spokesman nor even an executive. I am an ordinary member, but a strong member for that matter. And this is common sense. This is unacceptable and regrettable across the length and breadth of the various segments of UDP society in the diaspora and the Gambia. It is calculated to yet create instability and mayhem, and ahead of the 2026 presidential election that they are set, the NPP is set to lose, that they lost already. I mean, you could see that they are trying to create that pandemonium in the country and make this country lawless, create a mayhem situation that would that may warrant the need to even arrest UDP leaders if they are looking forward to that, because if there is any violence that may emanate from such, if the reaction, if you have an overreaction from this side of from the UDP, how are they going to interpret that? Because you know that the law is there for everybody. So I am telling you in short that it is a fallacy. It is unacceptable. It is nonsensical. The UDP do not carry arms. We are not mandated. We are not licensed to carry arms. Our security party security officers that do party activities, oddly here and there, not licensed to carry arms, much more to go out and use that to threaten people. It is unfounded, and we are calling on the leadership of the United Democratic Party to sue Seedy Njie to court to take legal drastic action against Seedy Njie henceforth, because he is not above the law. This is the height of fallacy, is the height of folly. You cannot come out and make such statements against a decent political party that do not have that history. If anything, it is the NPP that are threatening people. It is the NPP that are engaged in illegalities. It is the NPP that is masterminding wrongful acts in this country, that are registering non-Gambians that are engaged in an illegal act of issuing our ID cards to people outside the Gambia, outside jurisdiction, which is illegal. You had the party leader at the convention, at the Seattle convention, saying it is illegal, and that formed part of the news headlines today. It is NPP that gave voters cards to non-Gambians, especially the same fellows he is talking about in the 2021 presidential election. You had Ebrima who came out and said, yes, non-Gambians we are giving voters cards, who worked for the IEC. You had member Drame who promised to, at a later date, with conditioning it to the departure of certain people, by which time he would have come out and tell us how they stole the 2021 election. So you have let them produce the voter register, the 2021 supplementary, or is it 2020 supplementary voter register. You will find names of non-Gambians who are in that register, who voted for the NPP. They failed those voters. Those foreign alien non-Gambians who were issued with voters, especially our flag communities across the country, they failed them, and that disgruntlement from within, that is the more reason why they are coming out pretending to be lovers of the flag, pretending to be concerned. That is why they reduced the alien fee for Guinean flags from $3,750 to $750. But they've lost it all. It is game over for them. They cannot win any election in this country. They cannot produce. They cannot have 30%. The Gambian people are ready. We are going to stand against that. We are coming up to see what next is on the line as a response. Thank you.
Do you have the chance to listen to Seedy Njie's interview, or you are just reacting to it based on what you heard other people are saying about it?
I partially listen to it, but I don't listen to them. But the information is viral; it's everywhere. I mean, I listen to Bamba Mas and other responses. I don't listen to Seedy Njie. I don't listen to Barrow. I don't listen to them. I just listen to the beginning of the interview. But it is. You had responses. But you had Bamba Mas asking the UDP leadership to sue Seedy Njie to court. I was just listening to those audios when you called.
But Ebrima Sorry Bah, personally, if you don't listen to Barrow,
can do anything. Seedy Njie can do more than that.
But Ebrima Sorry Bah, if you don't listen to Barrow or your critics, how will you attack them? Verbally. I mean, so if you don't listen to them,
I would not listen to their detailed misinformations, and because for me it is always misinformation that comes from Barrow and his core. So if I have a gist of whatever they may say, I will be able to. You can listen to you can get information from other sources of information. I can actually know what you said by listening to reactions on that, because all information, all reactions cannot be false. So I cannot afford to listen to them, because it makes me sick. It sickens me.
So finally, do you have the chance to follow the proceedings at the Seattle Convention, UDP Seattle Convention?
Yeah, I watched part of it. I did not watch all, but I watched the the videos of the entrance of the party leader, His Excellency, and the entourage. Some of the deliberations. I listened to some of the speeches, such as the president of the Seattle chapter. I listened to MB Kubali. I listened to Janaba Maz. That is my star. That is my heroine. So I listened to Janaba Maz, and but I was also very happy to see the $111,000 that was raised. It is a pointer to the level of unity and cohesion within the party, especially in the diaspora.
So, what do you make of this convention? Is UDP ready for 2026?
Yes, it is. It's about making it easy. It's the wherewithal. It's the funding. It's the funding base. UDP funds its activities, especially the campaign, from contributions, pledges, and donations. This is the second convention that this followed the Spain, the European convention that took place in Spain. This is the second one. Lined up is other countries in diaspora and internally within the Gambia. I mean, the party leader stressed that every UDP member should contribute towards a sustainability fund, an operational fund of $5 monthly. This is taking place in various parts of UDP in the Gambia. So it is a way of mobilizing resources ahead of the 2026 crucial and very expensive campaign, because you are talking about a campaign. We are going to be campaigning against a dictator, a tyrant who believes in money, who spends millions and millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in building offices and in also funding his campaign. So, for us to be able to reach out to the people, and try to sell our agenda, we need the funds. This is an economic world, so this is what we do, because we are not in government, and we believe in transparency and probity. So the funds we spend comes from our people. And transparently, that is also a one way of also saying, yes, this is, because you are required to transparently tell the people how you fund your campaign and your party activities, unlike our opponent that continue to use funds that are sources are not revealed.
I know you may not be the right person to answer this question, but I will still ask, how much do you think you need, to fund your war chest, your campaign for 2026? You think 7 million is enough? 7 million Gambian dollars is enough?
No, you cannot fund a campaign. You are talking about a national campaign that will take you to every constituency. How many constituencies do you have in the Gambia? So you're talking about a multi-million dollars, tens of millions is what we will need. I am not the PRO, I am not the treasurer of UDP, but this is common sense. Look at the party. We are going to need a lot of money to do that, and that is the more reason why we are mobilizing funds from within and in the diaspora, so that we will not be short of the logistics and the required funding to be able to foot the bills, to be able to make sure that the fuel is there, to make sure that the vehicles are there, to make sure that we get to the people, to make sure that food is cooked for meeting attendees or participants. The party leader will be crisscrossing the country, length and breadth of the country. You're talking about a lot of money, huge amounts of money that would go into logistics, and feeding and other accommodation and other activities, So we need money, and that is what we are doing ahead of the campaign. I believe probably in one year or one year time. So basically, that is what we are doing.
Well, thank you so much, Ebrima Sorry Bah, for your reaction on what the allegations Seedy Njie made against the UDP.
Thank you so much, Ebrima.